Let's make it 3 in a row, boys. Let's go. New York Jets win their third game in a row. Let's go. Let's go. Jets take down the Cheeseheads. They cut the cheese in Lambeau Field. This one felt nice. Ooh. Not gonna lie, I was sweating a little bit going into halftime. Oh man, this defense played lights out. Quinnen Williams just made himself a ton of dough. Pay this man before the end of the season. Just extend him. The guy has been absolutely incredible this season. And this may have been Quinnen Williams' best game as a Jet. Scratch that. It was his best game as a Jet. This guy was absolutely incredible. Quinnen on the day. 4 tackles, 1 assist, 2 sacks. I had him down for 2 tackles for a loss and it was a forced fumble? I think that's right, forced fumble. And a blocked field goal. Dude, Michael Clemens gets his mitt up there too. I thought it was Michael Clemens that blocked the field goal at first, and then he comes back, Michael Clemens does, and blocks a punt, and we score a touchdown. Oh, complimentary football. Pinch me. Is this real life? Is this happening? Did the Jets just beat the Packers in Lambeau Field? That doesn't happen. That's not a thing, right? I'm dreaming. Pinch me. Aaron Rodgers looked uncomfortable all day. John Franklin Myers getting in his face. Quinnen getting in his face. I think what was it? Joyner getting the fumble. Oh man, this was cool. This was really nice. This was the best our defense has played together, I think, all season. I think this was the most dominant performance that they've had. Just absolutely wild to watch. I have no idea where the Jets go from here. This is like uncharted territory. When's the last time the Jets are 4-2? And now we go into Denver, going against a rocky Russell Wilson and that Denver Bronco team. Can the Jets keep this up? Because it sets up a division matchup with the Patriots at home. Halloween Eve. Your boy's going to be going to it. I've already got my tickets. I'm going. Jets, Patriots at home. I'm way too jazzed up. Joe S. comes in, says, this was a signature win they needed to have. Could not agree more. J-Boy, Jets win, so let's go, KC. If the Jets win today, which they did, and the Bills lose to Kansas City, the Jets are first in the AFC East, just like Brady Quinn predicted. Fuck you, Brady Quinn. I'm so done with you. It feels good. Ghost Rider comes in, says, Ryan here. Let's go. Yo, Jets are here to pop some people in the mouth. Love it. Absolutely love it. Fernando says, I legit had a tear in my eyes. We are talented. That was the line that we heard last week, right? Like the rookies talking to each other like, damn, we're good. Damn, we're good. Like, the fans knew the talent was look, I would take our weapons over a lot of other teams' weapons right now, and we're really just trying to figure everything out. Like, Zach Wilson still really hasn't clicked. Like, it's like you're seeing flashes. And like, I'm not going to lie, the first half of this game, I did not like the way Zach Wilson was playing. He had a few things that I was pretty irritated about, some opportunities for interceptions that didn't happen because Garrett Wilson broke up a pass. Corey Davis kind of broke up a pass in the end zone. Questionable decision-making, for sure. But he's a young quarterback in a hostile environment, and he got it done and managed the offense. He worked with his tight ends in the second half there. I thought that was good. I liked that LaFleur kind of took the ball out of Zach's hands, saw it was a little rainy, saw he was a little flustered. Feed the ball to your young running back in Breece Hall, and Michael Carter looks legit too. Oh, man. Our two-headed rushing attack, if this team can stay healthy, no one in the NFL is going to want to play us. I can't wait to look at tomorrow's power rankings, or I guess Tuesday's power rankings. Last I saw Pro Football Talk had the Jets at 12. Let's go. Where are we going to be after beating Rodgers in Lambeau? I love it. Let's go through some stats on the Jets side of things. Zach Wilson finishes the day 10 of 18 for 110 yards. Like I said, very much a game management, I guess, style of game. But I don't even know if he managed it super well. This was not a great game for Zach Wilson. But he didn't throw any interceptions. Didn't fumble away the ball. He held onto the ball a little too long, and I think he wound up taking 2 sacks. I'm not too sure. Maybe it's 3 sacks, but 2 sacks were definitely him holding the ball too long. Dwayne Brown got beat on a sack in a weird, Zach escaped the pressure, and then the guy that was on Dwayne Brown kind of rolled off and sacked him. And then the other one I think was on Uzama blocking. I think that's where that wound up coming into play. But Dwayne Brown, let's talk about this dude. Since he got back, he stonewalled Miami's pass rush last week on the left-hand side. This week, his pulling and blocking, lead blocking, this guy has made this line so much better. He is playing phenomenally well for just being 2 games in the regular season so far. This offensive line, now that it's starting to create some holes in the running game, is allowing the Jets to play the type of offense they want to play. Ball control. Run the ball with Breece Hall and Michael Carter. Get the ball to Uzama and Conklin, your tight ends, and then allow your playmakers to make plays out in space. And I think that last part is the part that we're sort of struggling with right now until Zach Wilson kind of gets his feet underneath him. But man, this was a really nice win. Super Game and Chill Bros said the most complete defensive game all year. Lazard was mad as hell after Sauce walked off the field with the cheesehead. I didn't see that, but I love it. I absolutely love it. Sauce, oh man, we started this game. I thought we were getting a pick 6. I'm like, oh! Shay's sleeping on the couch. I'm jumping up and down. Becca's like, what the hell is going on? That they just touched the ground. Sauce played a great game today too. I mean, the pass deflections he had, this kid could not be better. There's a really, really good shot that the Jets get Offensive Rookie of the Year and Defensive Rookie of the Year with Sauce Gardner and Breece Hall. It would be absolutely incredible and absolutely massive for this team. Jacob comes in and says, when our offense learns to play a whole game rather than just the second half, we're going to be dangerous. I think teams are going to be nervous to play this Jets team because we are so explosive, and there's not a crazy ton of tape on all these guys because you're talking, what was it, 1, 2, 3, 4, we're what, 4 and 2. So there's 4 games with Joe Flacco and only 2 with Wilson right now. So you're going to start seeing a little bit of a different feel among this New York team. Heck, the Giants had a great win today over the Ravens. When New York football's good, it's so much better. It feels good. Feels good. If friggin' Kansas City can win and we are having a friggin' party going into first place in the East, I got my fingers crossed. Chip O comes in. Chip O says, 100,000 channel members before Christmas. Let's go. Dude, I hope so. Nothing would make me happier than being able to just flip the bird on the internet to all these jamoke teams that were absolutely ragging on the Jets. We were taking receipts all day, all friggin' offseason. We got smack talk to hell. Oh, the Jets' first 9 games are a bloodbath. They'd be lucky to win a game. Fuck off. I'm so done with this. This team's believing. Robert Saleh has this defense completely turned around. Did you guys see the stat that they threw up on the screen with the way this defense has played? Let me see if I could find it real quick. I think I have it right here. Yeah, so last year, the Jets were 32nd in yards per game on defense. Pass yards per game, 30th. Pressure percentage, 30th. Takeaways, 31st. This year, through 5 games, not even including this game that we fucking destroyed the Packers on. These are going to be even higher than it was. Yards per game, 10th from 32nd. Pass yards per game, 10th from 30th. Pressure percentage, 3rd from 30th. Takeaways, 5th from 31st. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, come on. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, man. That is absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I had some stats that I wanted to pull up from before the game, and I should have pulled them up before because now I'm kicking myself. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find exactly what I was looking for. Nope, that's not it. I'll get it. Give me just a second here. Oh, man. Okay. I think this was it. The Packers are undefeated after a loss under LaFleur and have 15 regular season game-winning streak at home. So the Jets came in and popped them in the mouth. Brother versus brother. Best man versus groom, I guess. Let's go. Let's go. Teddy drops in, says Sal is showing how he can improve the defense. Joe S. says Jets win, Dolphins loss, nothing greater. Boys and girls, this is feeling good. Feeling real good. Marius says Brant Boyer is a legend. The offense or the special teams today, on point. Absolutely on point. Josh saying Michael Clemens is a devil in our stable of the defensive line. This guy, impressive. Impressive. Getting his mid up to block the punt and almost had the blocked field goal. It was actually Quinnen that got it. I thought it was Clemens at first until they showed the replay. This defensive line is getting aggressive. Don Murray says the Jets made sauce out of the cheeseheads. They call it easy cheese. Screw him. Kaiser says Breece Hall is going to get another offensive rookie of the week. I hope so. Dude, the Jets right now, this draft class, incredible. Absolutely incredible. 3 rookie of the weeks through 5 weeks of the season. Different guys. Garrett Wilson, Sauce Gardner, Breece Hall. Breece Hall today, 20 carries, 116 yards, and a touchdown. Michael Carter had 6 carries, 41 yards. And then Braxton Berrios had the one end around, 20 yards and a touchdown. Corey Davis leads the way in receptions, 2 receptions, 52 yards. Uzama was right behind him, 2 receptions, 17 yards. Conklin, 1 reception, 16 yards. The tight ends getting involved, Corey Davis getting involved. Elijah Moore, I don't know what's going on with like the whole offensive coordinator. LaFleur calling plays for Elijah Moore because it feels like he's either being used as a decoy or Zach's just not looking his direction because Elijah Moore is like shifty as all hell and he should be getting open and having, not bombs thrown. Like, I don't like Elijah Moore going deep down the field. I don't mind it on like, a crossing route or something like that, but it feels like they're doing a lot of, jump ball or like, I don't know. It's just, they're leaving open opportunities for him to get covered by a safety as well as his corner. And I don't particularly love that. Tommy Boy 9000 says, only thing I can say is, hey, Broncos, you're next. Oh, man, we're going to go into the Mile High City, and we're going to put some Broncos in the ground. Russell Wilson, this guy's a shell of his former self. Jets are going to go in there and thump him. I want to see it. And you know what? The Jets we're going to get a little bit of recognition here because of the win in Lambeau and the way the defense played and the little mismatch of the score, the 17-point victory. But what you're going to hear people chirp about. Oh, well, the Jets faced Lamar Jackson in the rain. Oh, well, they won against Jacoby Brissett in like some fantastic fashion. They couldn't get any pressure on Joe Burrow. They wind up beating a backup quarterback in Mitch Trubisky / a rookie in Kenny Pickett in week 4. Then you go in and you have the Miami Dolphins. You knock out their backup quarterback. You're playing the 3rd string. You win against them in convincing fashion. And then this week, well, look, Aaron Rodgers is coming back from London. He's got the little bit of an injury. He doesn't have receivers. There's no Devontae Adams. The Jets got lucky. Zach Wilson could have had some interceptions. Like, we're not going to get any love. And like we're gonna get some love, like a little bit of love. The Jets are absolutely here to stay, and we are a young team. 7 first-round talents in the last 2 years. This team's something special. Joe S says, when Fant and Max come back, who sits down? I think I sit Fant. Honestly, if Fant's not in your long-term plans, I would rather see Max Mitchell play on the outside. But more than anything, it should be whoever is playing best. So if Fant is healthy and he's going to be playing better than Mitchell, I understand. grading Zach Wilson and winning as many games as possible, far more important than anything else. And then if he starts to falter, I definitely put in Max Mitchell. I would like Max to get as many reps as possible before next year because I think he's going to be our starting right tackle. I really think that's where this whole thing is headed. Teddy comes in, says, when we win the Super Bowl, who we taking at 32 in the 2023 draft? One step at a time, Teddy. One step at a time. Look, I've been saying it all offseason. I've been saying it since the end of last year. I just want to be relevant. I just want to see that little Jets logo in the bottom portion of the corner of the screen that says in the hunt. Right now, if the season ended yesterday, Jets were in the 5 seed. They were in control of the wild card. The only reason they're not higher is because the Buffalo Bills are ahead of us. And if they lose to the Chiefs today, the Jets are in first place in the AFC East. Yes. V-Man says, Jets, 9-5 versus Packers all time. We own them. Broncos fans, shitting bricks. Defense, 6th consecutive game with a turnover. I'm curious, what is the Jets' record? Dude, I've got no idea. Literally no clue what that record would be. The Jets have come to play. And when the Jets can play with a lead and you can start sending your pass rushers like Quinn, I guess like Quincy too, Lawson, Rankins, Clemens, John Franklin Myers, all these guys, when they can pin their ears back and really generate pressure, especially up those A-gaps, you're going to allow like wild throws by good quarterbacks, and you're going to see opportunities for Sauce, for Reed, for Carter, for Whitehead, for Joyner to come up with the ball, and the Jets are taking advantage of this opportunity, of these opportunities, multiple opportunities. I love it. This is exactly what I want to see. Dax Milne's mom says Breece Hall touchdown run was supposed to be a pass. Wow. That Breece Hall touchdown run was something special. I'm looking at him like, man, this guy's he's hard to catch in a phone booth. And he puts his foot in the ground, cuts back. Dude, this guy's going to win Offensive Rookie of the Year. Like, there's no doubt in my mind. This guy is 100% going to be Offensive Rookie of the Year, and we are going to get Defensive Rookie of the Year in Sauce Gardner. Gonna happen. Not even watching the Bills game tonight. Steven keeping me up to date, says Bills fumble in the red zone. Suck it, Josh Allen. Screw you. What other stats we got? What did the Packers end up finishing with? Aaron Rodgers finishes the day 26 of 41, 247 yards and a touchdown. He was uncomfortable all day. And they're like, we got to pull him for Jordan Love. That's right. That's right. Start the young gun. You don't stand a chance. I love it. A.J. Dillon, Jets bottle him up, 10 carries, 42 yards. Their top receiving option was Robert Tonyan, their tight end, 10 receptions, 90 yards. He was able to make a lot of stuff happen towards the tail end of this game. And I'm totally fine allowing those yards. It's almost like Mostert last week. Like when you bottle up Hill and you bottle up Waddle, I don't care who gets the yardage. Someone has to get the yardage. This is the NFL. This is an offense-driven league. You have to be able to contain the dangerous playmakers, and you're going to have to sort of allow yards to happen in certain other areas. I'm okay with that. Lazard had the touchdown, 77 yards. There was one play, the long play to Lazard early in the game that I thought the Jets should have challenged. I didn't think he held possession of the ball the whole way down. The Packers ran to the line of scrimmage, and we never really got to see an additional replay on it. And I think that was a missed opportunity to bring it back a little bit. Now, lucky nothing wound up happening from it, but even still, would have been nice to see. Scott comes in and says, let's effing go. Jets, 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 Jets. Love it. Trevor from Canada said Sauce had the cheese on his head. I'm gonna have to look that up afterwards. That's gonna be in the 5 takeaways breakdown. Boys and girls, look at us go. Look at us go. All right, I see some member super chats in there. Cuddy is the newest member of the Jets Talk 24/7 family. Thank you, Cuddy, for joining that. Teddy Craney says, oh snap, happy 20 months, bro. Jets are for real. Yeah, dude. Love it. Absolutely love it. Noah says Jets, 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 Jets with the sour face emoji. Love it, Noah. It's Cola comes in, says, was Quinnen Williams working out with Aaron Donald over the summer? It sure looks like he was. This is absolutely Quinnen Williams' best game, and I would pay this man before the end of the season. I think he's absolutely worth it, and I think it builds some confidence moving forward. This guy is a dog. Talk about a top pick for the New York Jets that's actually working out well, prior to the Douglas selections, right? Kind of nice. Viking security dropping in with a wrecked hippo spinning chair. I love it. You got to look in the live chat to see that one. Unfortunately, it doesn't pop up in my little pop-ups here, but man, that's funny. Thank you so much, brother. Drimmy says Tom Brady lost today too. To fucking hell with him. I saw that. Yo, Mitch Trubisky comes back into the game after Pickett gets injured, beating the Bucks. Let's go. Let's go. This is a new look team. New look team. Let's see if I can keep the box score in the background. Got the Kansas City game and the Buffalo game kind of floating around right here. Queso Gardner. Oh, I like that. Cheeky Buttons says Quinnen's starting to look like a beast. Let's go. Yep, 100%. 100%. Oh, you guys are saying Chiefs just scored. Who scored? Who got the touchdown? I don't care. Chiefs are up. Love it. Aaron Honore comes in and says, this one was important against a Hall of Fame quarterback. Yes, every win's important. Every game is important when you only have a 17-game schedule. But the Jets, they've been beaten up on some backup quarterbacks. Now they can go back to the locker room, go back to, touchdown got taken away. Damn it. Aaron Honore. Sorry. This one was important against the quarterback. Yes, the name Aaron Rodgers, very, very impressive. He did not look 100%. If I'm trying to keep things a little bit in perspective, the quarterbacks prior that we beat, suspect. Today, Aaron Rodgers, not 100%. Jets can only play who was put in front of them. I don't want to hear excuses because the Jets have never gotten the benefit of those injury issues that we've had the last few years. The Jets can only play who is in front of them, and they have beat them over the head. This team doesn't realize they're supposed to be bad. This team doesn't realize they are the same old Jets. Well, this is not the same old Jets. This is a new team. This is Robert Saleh's team. This is Joe Douglas's team. These 7 rookies that we have, or not even 7 rookies, these 7, top 40 picks over the course of the last 2 years have been so incredibly special. It is fascinating and refreshing to see this team. You're actually watching, you're like, oh, I'm going to see some offense today. 27 points. We had 40 points last week. Seen a little bit of special teams love. Yeah, we had the punt blocked. That kind of sucked. But a blocked field goal and a blocked punt, Boyer, whew, my dude. Stifler's mom coming in, saying, calling it now, 12-5, maybe 12-4. Brees. Well, it's either 12-5 or 13-4. I'm just hoping to get a win next week. That's 1 week at a time. I want to look farther ahead. And I want to play the if this, then that. If this, then that. And go the whole way down the season. And I completely understand fans that are going to do that. But I'm just, I don't want to believe it yet. It's like the PTSD is so real for being a Jet fan my whole life that I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop. And it hasn't yet. But I got my fingers crossed, brother. I want to be as optimistic as you. Viking Security says, cheers, Ryan. Great win today. I haven't been this hyped about the Jets since 2008, 2009. Let's effing go, boys. The Jets, look, going into the 2015 season, no one expected to win. Or we thought it was the best opportunity for Geno Smith to possibly, show he was the franchise quarterback. He breaks his jaw. We have Fitz coming into the game, and you're like, okay, this is, whatever games we win are great, but we still don't know what's going on with quarterback. This year, this feels like these wins mean something. Where that season was it's kind of smoke and mirrors. This feels like 2009, 2010, where you're winning games with younger players on your team, building blocks that you can grow with. This is fun. This is fun. This is what Jets football is all about, baby. E Boogie says, let's go. Great win. 100%. 100%. Ugh. Pound this beer. If you guys are going to the Patriot game, let me know. I'm going to the Jets-Patriot game. Halloween Eve, we're going to put our foot down on another division rival. Going to shake up the East. That's what's happening. No more basement for the New York Jets. We're different. J-Rod coming in, saying what everyone in the chat's thinking. Suck it. Brady Quinn. Kevin Chada comes in and says, good game, but team can't rest and read their praises. Team got to stay hungry. 100%. You can't start feeling yourself right now. You have to be able to put your ears back and say, hey, we got a game next week in Denver. That is a hostile environment. Historically, the Jets don't travel well when we go out west. Win that game, and fans are going to start thinking. It's going to be like, okay, all right, we just won, 4 road games then if we win that one. Because we won the Browns one, we won the Steelers one, we won the Packers one. If you can win your road games, and then the fans start getting into it at home and you start feeling like it's a home game. I don't want to see Patriot fans in the stands on Halloween Eve. I want Mac Jones coming back. I want him to see ghosts. I want to put them through the ringer. I don't care if we're up 50-0 and there's 2 minutes left and you can kneel it. I want to score another touchdown. I want to run it down their throat. I want to make them cry and whine and bitch and moan. I want this team to be violent and stay violent all friggin' year. Chris Mazer drops in and says, am I the only one who thinks that the Jets offense is very similar to the 49ers? I know it's obvious, but it's crazy. Defense played lights out. Well, yeah, I mean, they're going to be very similar because of the lineage, right? You get the offense coordinator or passing game coordinator, whatever he was, in LaFleur, coming over to the Jets, built his inspiration through the 49ers and the Shanahan system. The defense is obviously Robert Saleh's fingerprints all over it. This team, if they can be 49ers East, all about it. That's an efficient team. That is a dangerous team. That is a competent, smart team. One thing that irked me today, the penalties. Not necessarily penalties called against the Jets. The last touchdown drive from the Packers, that one irked me. Where Sauce and, was it Whitehead? I think it was Sauce and Whitehead. Both had penalties. Sauce's got declined. Whitehead's got enforced. That was a 3rd down. And then CJ Mosley has another 3rd down penalty that extends the drive. And that's the only reason they were able to go out and get a touchdown. Now, maybe they go for it on 4th down to try and score a touchdown because they're down by a bunch of points anyway. But definitely frustrated with that. And I was frustrated on the opposite side of the coin too, where the Jets didn't get calls. There were some holding calls against the Jets that were not called. There was a late hit on Breece Hall out of bounds, which was not called. That's crazy. You saw the ref trying to pull for his flag. And just because he couldn't get it out of his waistband and decided to have a discussion with a ref that was further away from the fucking play, now he decides, oh, well, I guess it wasn't that bad. I won't throw the flag. Screw off. If you're going for the flag, it's clearly a flag. He's out of bounds. The announcer's I don't agree with that. That's absolutely, a late hit out of bounds. 100%. Chris comes in with another super chat. Says, by the way, if the Bills lose, Jets are in first in the AFC going into the week. Let that sink in. The Jets would be first in the AFC East. If Kansas City wins, they are first in the AFC. And then I would imagine because of tiebreakers, I don't know what the Bengals record is, but I would have to imagine they're probably ahead of us because they beat us. Unless it goes to conference wins first. I'd have to look at that. But either way, yes, we want the Bills to lose. And I'm not thinking division title for the New York Jets yet. I still think the Bills are the best team in our division. And I would love to be able to go into that game with a 6-2 record and really, what if the Bills and Jets are both 6-2 fighting for the division that game? That is a ballsy game. Bengals are 3-3. Thank you, Robbie. It's great having the chat. You guys can fact check me or or give me some tips on the live. I love it. Hulk Smasher Mom says, Jets are lactose intolerant. We shitted on Green Bay. Oh, God. I love it. That's creative. All Emdikin? Thank you for the super chat. He says, second week that I'm walking around with a third leg. With that said, on to Denver. Much better defense, and Russell, with that offense, can click any second. Yes, Denver's defense is dirty. Their offense hasn't seemed to really figure it out, but I like our cornerbacks. I like our defensive line, like matching up against anyone. If the offense can play ball control and you can run the ball with Breece Hall and Michael Carter and you utilize your tight ends and you utilize play action and Zach Wilson starts to click, this is going to be a very dangerous team. Very dangerous team. But don't get too cocky, Jet players and Jet fans. Let's take care of business next week. Let's take care of business. Greg comes in, says, our rebuild will take a huge leap in 2 weeks when we exercise our Belichick demons, not the same old Jets. Yes, 100%. If the Jets can come out and punch Belichick in the mouth, I want to see like the equivalent of what Zach Wilson went through week 1 last year at home. I want that for the Patriots in our home stadium. Like, I want to just thump the Pats so bad. There's no team I hate more than the New England Patriots. And to watch us possibly beat the snot out of them would mean the absolute world to this team, and it would really have us feeling good going into that Denver matchup. Chris Mazer, thank you so much for joining the first class tier of the Jets Talk 24/7 family. Drop some JETS in the chat for our new member. Love it. John comes in, walking proudly. Let's go on to Denver. Go D. Yeah, it's going to be hard to walk around. I'm going to try and go to sleep tonight. I'm not going to be able to roll over. No sleeping on your stomach tonight, boys. Oh, Jesus. Maine Jets fan says, I'm going to the Pats game. Where are you going to be? Love to meet you. Also, first game I've gone to. Dude, that's awesome. I actually have no idea where my tickets are yet. We're getting it through something through my work. So I know I'm going to be there. I have no idea where I'm going to be yet. I'll let you guys know once I actually find out. But I'm very much looking forward to it. Yeah, I want to see a win. Mumtaz comes in and says, did we just smash Green Bay in Green Bay? Did our rookie wide receiver Garrett Wilson already has the opponent's number one cornerback trailing him all game? The answer to that is yes. Don't sleep on Belichick. Their D is real and crafty. Beat Denver first. Mumtaz, you're preaching to the choir. You got to take care of business in Denver. Don't get caught looking ahead. Take care of business, and then you have an opportunity. You're setting yourself up to have a really, really nice run here. Because coming out of the bye, let's play a little look ahead. If the Jets can take care of business in Denver, and the Jets come home, maybe they're playing Mac Jones in his first game back. Maybe they're playing Zappy, whatever the hell his name is. Maybe it's one of those. I think the Jets have the talent to win that game. Now you go into the Buffalo game. Let's call that one a loss. Let's say if the Jets can go 6-3 heading into the bye, and after the bye, you're talking about Detroit, Chicago, Jacksonville, the Dolphins, the Patriots. Those are 5 more games that are entirely plausible winning. Entirely plausible. Wild. Wild. Trying not to get a big old chubby, but man, that is going to be hard to do. Let's see. Muzzikin Man says, can't remember the last time we had so many consistent playmakers. It's a pleasure to see for once. Yeah, this feels like the first time we really had like a legitimate offense and a threatening offense. JR, our defense and running game reminds me of Rex Ryan years. Yes, but like with even more hope. Like Breece Hall, young running back right now, much better than anything we had during the Rex tenure. Sean Green, Thomas Jones, like they're all really, they're all good, but they weren't like long-term options. Like Breece is a long-term option. Sean, I guess, was here for probably, 4 years probably. I don't know if I don't think he got a second contract. But the defense is looking good. Quentin Williams, yo, this man's feasting. Absolutely feasting. It's going to be fun. Cheeky buttons. Take care of Denver first, and then we zap the Pats. Love that. Ronnie says, love your lives, man. Thank you. I love you guys being here. It's always fun. Always a good time. It's fun when the Jets are good and you get to like actually hang out. Means a lot. Doug says, Jets are going to get flexed into Sunday Night Football this year. Yo, I hope so. I don't think we know when the Miami game is. I think it's a TBD time at the end. If we get to the end of the season and there's something on the line playoff-wise, oh, man. Come on, Sunday Night Football. I want to see it. I want to see us get flexed. The Jets were not given any props this year. No friggin' primetime games. The one primetime game we get is our one Thursday night game. That's the one they just have to give you because everyone's got to play a Thursday night game. That is the one game. Disrespect. Rest of the league, take note. Jets are here to stay. This team's not leaving anytime soon. This feels good. Feels good, boys and girls. Joe S. saying Jets are 3-0 since Zach came back. Stop the hate. Zach Wilson, you look at how the Jets and his impact is felt. You are able to have the threat of a running quarterback or of a quarterback that has mobility. You are able to have the threat of that monster arm. These are things that the Jets haven't been able to do under Joe Flacco. And they showed the stat on the screen during the game. Since Zach came back, even though he hasn't necessarily been the reason that they're winning, the threat of him doing what he's capable of doing is exactly why he was taken number 2 overall. This kid is incredibly talented. When everything starts to click, when the offensive line is totally gelled, because remember, we're still, this is only the second game in a row that we've had where everyone on the offensive line is playing the same position that they did the week prior. When he figures it all out, and I think he will, this is going to be a really, really special team, and I think it's going to be a team other teams do not want to play. Love it. Bills and Chiefs tied up at 0 after one quarter of play. That's going to be the game to keep your eyes on. See how everything's going. Just kind of keep a look at them. See what's going on. Viking Security says, I just wanted to donate to the channel. JETS, Jets. Broncos should be a win, and more donations shall be on the way. Thank you, Viking. It means a lot. That really does. 1, it's cool to have your comment on the screen. 2, it genuinely means a lot. Helping put Shay through college. Oh, just keeping the lights on over here. Love it. Eddie McGuire dropping the cheese sauce. Daniel says, y'all see Sauce stole a Packers fan's cheese head and tried to wear it into the locker room? Yo, Sauce is a dog. He's such a dog. I love this kid. For all the crap I got for saying I want Sauce Gardner at number 4, like literally, I don't want to say no one, but a lot of people were like, you've got to be crazy. You need Kayvon Thibodeau if he's there. You need to go the edge rusher at 4. Okay, look, I understand the thought process. I completely understand the thought process, but Sauce is just the better player. He is a culture changer. You're telling me Sauce Gardner, not on this team, this defense is playing as well? No, that dude is a ball hawk. That dude knows how to break up pass plays. I mean, you looked at Aaron Rodgers. He threw 2 passes his direction and damn near had a pick 6 on the second one. Teams are going to start avoiding Sauce Gardner. Mumtaz comes in, says, is Sauce okay? Interior offensive line did good. Didn't Kenny Clark was quiet. Zach was uncareful with the ball, was not careful with the ball a couple of times, so got lucky, room to improve. Yes, that's the best kind of win, right? When you can look at something and you say, okay, look, Zach could have been better. That wasn't the best game that we have seen from him. That is not even close to the best game we have seen from him. He had mistakes. Sauce is all right. He went into the concussion protocol. They did put him back. They did put him back on the field, I think was it the last drive or the last 2 drives against the Packers? Loved it. Seeing him back makes me feel a lot better. Interior offensive line did do well. Breece Hall is friggin' special. Really special. This team in general, the running game, if we can figure out like, a linebacker and I don't even want to say safety, like Joyner recovered a fumble today. This is good. I have no issues with how the Jets defense played at all. At all. Like, if you want to nitpick, you're saying like some costly third down penalties that put us in weird situations. But across the board, oh, and what was that friggin' unsportsmanlike conduct on the sideline penalty? Does anyone actually know what was said? Because the announcers seemed perplexed by it, and then we weren't given any explanation. They didn't even tell us who it was. Just on the Jets sideline. After we stopped a third down play, we were getting the ball back. What could the Jets have been upset with on the sideline that caused that penalty? I've got no idea. Matthew says, if we come out of Denver with a W, they have to let us know 12 days in advance about a flex. Bills, Jets, Week 9, Sunday Night Football. Let's make it happen. JETS, Jets. Yo, if we come out of the Denver game with a win, and then you think that the Jets have the ability, which I believe they do, to beat the Patriots, I think if the Jets come out of the Denver game with a win, there's a really strong chance we're going to get flexed to Sunday Night Football. I just don't know who's playing in that game right now, and how does that game possibly stack up against like this? Because Bills are going to draw eyes. Jets winning games, you're going to have the whole New York spotlight on them. Oh, this is great. This is great. I see some comments about Sauce and Darrelle Revis. Sauce is the best rookie cornerback that I've ever seen wear the green and white. That includes Darrelle Revis' rookie season. I think it's not even close. I think Sauce is drastically better than Revis' rookie season. Now, I'm not saying Sauce is going to be the GOAT like Revis was or have a better career, but from a rookie defensive player profile, his closing speed's incredible. I mean, there was the one play crossing the center of the field. I think it was on Lazard, where Sauce is like trailing him. The ball gets thrown to him, and Sauce with those long strides, those long 6'3" strides, catches up and knocks the ball out. Like, insane. The recovery speed, the length, the anticipation. He's going to get called for some penalties. Some of the grabbing. You saw the pass interference, the hold on, was it Tanyan? I think it was Tanyan. Whatever the play was where Whitehead got the personal foul. Regardless, I'd much rather big physical corners. Him and Reed, easily, in my opinion, the best two cornerbacks and young cornerbacks tandem in this league. It's incredible. Absolutely incredible. Oh, friggin' love it. All right, boys and girls, let's rattle off a few stats on the day. Jets total yards and the Packers total yards, even 278 yards. Both teams had it. Passing yards, Jets only had 99. Like I said, not a good day for Zach Wilson. Rushing yards, 179 yards on the ground to the Packers 60. Yards per play, Jets had 5.2 yards per play. Packers only had 4. The Jets were able to get 4 sacks of Aaron Rodgers. 4 sacks. Jets didn't even win time of possession. That's how good they were today. Felt dominant. Matthew says, Chiefs, Titans play right now that week. What is in our favor is that we play the Bills. It may be a deciding factor for a flex in our favor. Yeah, that makes sense. If it's Titans, Chiefs, they might want to go to a division matchup, especially if it's for fighting for first place in the East. Steven says, UK Jets fan, loving this channel. Information and insight is priceless. Go Ryan. Go JETS. Jets. Loving you from UK across the pond. That's cool. If I can provide any sort of information and insight, it means a lot. It really does. I enjoy doing it. Ed Henry comes in, says, D-line was absolutely feasting today. I know you said eating, but I'm going to say feasting today. Pay Quinnen. Quinnen's going to get a monster deal. Quinnen's going to get $20 million a year. He's going to get that Aaron Donald type contract. because he is just going to get better as this defensive line starts to gel and these edge rushers start to come on more and more. We've been saying it for years. Quinnen needs some edge rushers alongside of him. And the stunts. Talk about the stunts today. We were getting pressure and sacks and blocked punts because we were shifting one guy after he engages with his blocker and swings him around. Like, what was it? Was it Rankins or JFM that got the sack on Rodgers when Quinnen was engaged with two players? So Quinnen, while he doesn't get credit for that sack, he is 100% the reason why we got that sack. So even though the stats may not reflect just how impactful he was, I mean, it definitely, they do today. He had the 2 sacks. He had the blocked field goal. Like, all this stuff is in his favor. His stats are better than what the stats actually show. Incredibly, incredibly impressive day from the D-line and Quinnen Williams. Absolutely wild. All right, boys, if you're enjoying this stream, hit the like button down below. I'm going to cap this off here so I can do my 5 takeaways. I want to watch a little bit of the Bills-Chiefs game as well, so take a look at that. I did put out my Zach Wilson every throw video, but I included all the touchdowns that the Jets had, so you can take a look back at that and see all the big plays that happened throughout the day. Boys, it's been a lot of fun. This is Jets Talk, signing off. Jets!
Pulls the trigger.